The Mayor of Whanganui, Annette Main, says the arrival of Air Chatham's in the city has saved its airport from potential closure and will provide it with a vital link to the outside world. Air Chatham's is replicating the flight scheduled via New Zealand, which announced it was pulling out of the city in May because it wasn't economically viable. Our Taranaki Whanganui reporter Robin Martin was there when the first plane from Auckland touched down.
For those awaiting on the arrival of flight CV700 from Auckland, please expect an arrival time in approximately 10 minutes.
The Mayor of Whanganui, Annette Main, says having no direct flight to Auckland was unthinkable for the regional city and it threatened the viability of the airport. She says a reliable link to New Zealand's economic powerhouse is vital for people investing in Whanganui, those considering moving to the city and those already living there.
Having no air service to Auckland or even losing our airport is absolutely unthinkable for us, and so I'm really pleased that Air Chatham's has made an investment in Whanganui, and if we'd lost that air service to Auckland, we would have lost a huge reputation in Auckland.
Ms Main says the airport terminal and control tower have recently been refurbished and a new complex is about to be built for the city's growing flight academy.
There's a lot of investment gone into that airport. Without commercial flights going in and out of there is no point in having a whole lot of those facilities. It just becomes another airfield. It won't be an airport, it would be an airfield.
Ms Main says about 3,000 people turned up to an open day at the airport, and Whanganui residents and those from the wider region are determined to see Air Chatham succeed. The airline's general manager, Dwayne Emini, says its entry into the Whanganui market is a significant move for the company.
Big step because we see Whanganui as a large size city in New Zealand. It's substantial, and also with our investment in the Saab 340 that is also substantial, and it just marks another step in the path for Air Chatham's and our development.
The 30-year-old company runs freight and passenger services from the Chathams to Auckland, Wellington and Christchurch, and a regional flight between Whakatane and Auckland. Mr Emini says Air Chatham's focus is on its existing services, but it is nimble enough to react when opportunities present themselves.
Never say never. I mean, it's been quite fortuitous in some ways for Air Chatham's with the decisions that Air New Zealand's been making regionally. Obviously, we try and work as closely with Air New Zealand as we can, and we want to continue doing that. And if there are any future routes that come available and we have resources to fulfil those jobs, and would absolutely look at that.
Mr Emini says Air Chatham's has invested about $1.5 million, including the purchase of a Saab 340 aeroplane, in its Whanganui operation, which has created about 5 new jobs. Passengers arriving on the flight from Auckland this morning seemed pleased with the service, which included plunger coffee and biscuits. Dr Mick Killen was on his way for a stint as a locum at Whanganui Hospital.
Oh, it's fantastic, yeah, it's great, friendly and on time, that's all I need. I finished work on yesterday evening, went home, had to get to work today in Whanganui, and if I had to commute from another city, it just wouldn't be possible, so yeah, essential for me really.
Grace Carmichael was in town to relaunch the local branch of Stirling Sports. She says a direct flight makes all the difference.
Really important, otherwise you have to commute that extra 40 minutes to get to work. We're here, it's just 10 minutes into town, so it's great. Yeah, we're a bit worried there when they said, Air New Zealand said that they were going to stop their services, but Air Chatham was great.
Air Chatham's Saab 340A has a capacity of 32 passengers and will fly into Whanganui 3 times a day during the week and twice a day at weekends. Fares begin at $59 one way. In Whanganui, for Checkpoint, call Robin Martin Tene.